Bonjour. We've made it out to Morocco in Marrakech. Me and my friend Lewis, who I travel with, have just been to Decathlon to see if we can get some last minute bits and grab some food. Not gonna lie, it was a little bit of a culture shock in the traffic. Loads of mopeds, buses and cars, quite a lot of pollution. There's some very nice buildings and architecture to look at, and in the distance you can see the mountains that we might be going up tomorrow. I say might be, we are going up them. Just depends on what the weather's like. There may be a slight contingency plan which goes more up a road rather than on the trails, because it's supposed to be raining quite heavily tomorrow afternoon and evening. But for the rest of the day, we're just going to eat a load of food, get our stuff ready for tomorrow, and then just relax. It's the morning of the race, just rolling over to the hotel to get signed on, and it's already starting to rain. No, the tropical desert paradise of Morocco, and it's raining. But being from England, we're used to that, so hopefully it'll be slightly warmer than the rain we've had over the last few weeks. Not quite sure how the cool cats are going to last in the rain. The cleanest this and this will be for about another week. So we just found out the race has been delayed by potentially 24 hours due to, you guessed it, the rain. So we've got to go to the hotel anyway. They still want to do the briefing, drop our bags off, and then try and find somewhere to stay. Hopefully we'll be able to stay at the hotel, and hopefully they'll be able to start the race earlier than tomorrow night, maybe tomorrow morning, and we might actually get to see the first big climb in the daylight. The mystery of Morocco. Back in another hotel room. Bike is absolutely soaked from being outside in the rain. The briefing's in about 10 minutes time. I think they're going to give us an update of when the race might actually start. Be nice if it started in the mornings, and at least we get to do the big mountain climb in daylight rather than at night time. So I guess every cloud has a silver lining. Not quite the start we expected. Clearly the UK weather has followed us all the way to Morocco.
And we'll deal with the situation as it arises. I think that's what bikepacking is kind of about. So it's the situation we have, and there's no other.
It's another night back down the mall in Marrakech, get a Burger King. Hopefully get to start tomorrow night or tomorrow lunchtime, who knows. A meeting of the government will convene tomorrow to work out whether we're allowed to leave the hotel. It's Groundhog Day. Is it still raining? Is it still raining? No. It appears to be sunny. So maybe we get to leave today, but who knows. It's now day 506, waiting for the Atlas Mountain Race to start. Weather still seems alright, a little bit cloudy, maybe a little bit windy. It's not like it was yesterday. No official update yet about when the race might actually begin. Bike's kind of ready to go. Some extra food in my bag for the day if we're sitting around for hours more. But hopefully we'll be on the road a little bit later on. 20 past 2, it's 20 hours after the race was supposed to start, and we're still waiting. Still waiting, still waiting. Just going to go and have a little look at some of the bikes on display. Still waiting. So yeah, officially at the moment the race is cancelled, but it's going ahead anyway as I guess an adventure. Maybe the official race will be back tomorrow. At the moment I'm just sort of hanging back, keeping out of the main bulk of the chaos up there. In and the road's pretty damp and muddy. Lewis is away. basically like a road race. Mountains coming into view. Having fun?
Yes, absolutely.
Sun is setting now. You can see all the red lights in the distance. I think we're on the diversion number 1, cutting out an area that's apparently flooded. And there's another diversion to come later on, so we don't go over the main Telluride Pass, we go on the road, I believe, officially into the night. Bonjour! Ooh. Just met all the other riders coming back down the hill the other way. Apparently there's a roadblock, so we're trying to find the route round, wherever that is.
Stop now. People stop now.
We're on a road completely off the route. Apparently we're following a car that is taking us somewhere, but no one quite knows where, or actually if there is a car, where it's going. It's all a bit of a mystery. So hopefully, eventually, we come back out on the route somewhere, but who knows. Currently we're going back downhill though, after spending quite a lot of time going uphill, which is slightly irritating. Mystery tour continues. I think we might be going to the main road potentially a lot earlier on, but who knows. So we're on the main road, the main national road, heading uphill, or up the mountain I guess. I think it's about 25k to get back onto the route, and then it's another 50ish k to checkpoint 1, so probably added an extra 30k or so by the detour. The Atlas mountain rider swarm carries on. About 1500 meters up, it's getting a tad chilly, so I've had to stop and layer up, but now I've got some music going, getting into a nice rhythm. Just stopped at this little oasis for some water and some coke. Some major spaghetti roads going on there. This is really turning into a beast of a climb. About to get to checkpoint 1. If you can hear, it's been very windy. Took about 7 hours to get from Marrakech to the summit of the big climb. I didn't really film anything at the top, about 2,300 meters, because it was cold, and I say very windy, and it's a pretty sketchy descent. But now we're nearly at checkpoint 1, maybe 500 meters away. Hopefully get some food, have a little break, and then carry on.
Windy.
Nearly Tagine time.
Après, il a dit que ça va.
Okay.
It's exactly the stair. 18. 18.
So that's pretty good game.
So that was checkpoint 1 done. Now back on the road again. Next resupply is in about 60 kilometers, I think. I think we're about to go off-road shortly as well. It's all been on the road so far due to diversions. How am I on this tough off-road climb? It's quite cool because you can see the lights of other people down there. Got all the fun to come yet. Sun's about to rise. Nearly made it through the long night. Just have the cheeky little off. Hopefully everything's alright. I think we could be okay. Let's have a spin and see. Oh, that's pretty cool. The sun is starting to come up, reflecting on the hills. So it's proper daylight now. Made it through the night, not gonna lie, it was pretty tough. Big road climb at the start, and then lots of off-road little tracks, and again long climbs. But it looks like we've got another fairly long climb up through this valley. Hopefully in about an hour I'll get to another resupply and get some more water, because I think I'm starting to run a bit low and I'm feeling rather thirsty. Nice bit of hiker bike up this steep gravelly path. Now there's some scenery almost made that climb worthwhile. Oh, a little bit of relief back on the road after a very bumpy 50 odd kilometres. Restocked my water and just used probably the worst, most grimmest loo I've ever encountered in all my life. Hadn't anticipated how windy it was going to be. Oh, the bliss of a little bit of tarmac. Just climbed up and out this valley down there. Valley that came up all the way down there in the distance. The sheeps. Bonjour. Trails are just endless. Miles and miles of it. More hiker biking coming. This is what it looks like when you're pushing your bike up a big hill, gravelly hill. So a brief little update before I head up that climb. Feeling a mix of happiness and misery off and on, but I think in part that's just tiredness because I rode through the night last night and didn't sleep. I think I had 2 like 1 minute power naps standing up. The plan is to carry on riding today until maybe midnight, see where I end up. I might end up in the middle of the remote section, and then find somewhere to sleep. Ideally, I'd quite like to get 5 or 6 hours sleep. Hopefully that'll sort me out and enable me to have a decent day on the bike tomorrow. And I've got a series of dried riverbeds with cliff edges to manoeuvre up and over. Another one. After that difficult going in and out of those riverbeds, do get a good view. Just popped into a restaurant for an omelette and a Coke, in part just to spend a bit of time out in the sun because it is really, really hot and I was feeling the heat. Hopefully I feel a bit better now. Just heading into the 96 kilometre section that doesn't have much resupply or no resupply opportunities, so I've just stocked up on my water. Probably got nearly 6 litres of fluid, some extra biscuits and some other food ready to go. See what happens, see how far I get tonight, maybe camp up the top and then carry on in the morning while it's still cool. Time for a bit of a river crossing. So that clearly didn't quite go to plan. Everything's muddy now. I nearly fell over. Finally, a little bit of shade. Woo. About 9:30. I decided to bivvy before the big climb comes because I'm feeling knackered. And then I'll hopefully feel a bit better after a good sleep. I'm going to get up early, probably about 3:30 to try and set off around 4. But we'll see what happens. Good night. So this is the situation, day 2. Currently at 2,000 metres, it's about 6 AM. Is it 6? Yeah, 6 AM. Been at about an hour and a half on this hideous 500 metre climb, loose and rocky. Apparently there's a stunning view at the top. I was stopped for about 7 hours in the end last night, maybe about 6 hours sleep off and on, and the rest of the time faffing about. Maybe all that climbing was worth it after all. That's the 96k remote section, pretty much almost done, and it was absolutely brutal at times. Set off yesterday at about 4:30 to do it, and it's now 8:30. Obviously I had to sleep during the night, but that felt like quite a long time to be out in the proper wilderness. Just riding down to Afra now to get some more water and supplies. Actually the eating's been probably the most challenging bit, getting food. All the shops mainly sell things like biscuits, so as much as I do like a biscuit, powering yourself off pure biscuits isn't the most enjoyable. So I stopped in Afra for a couple of omelettes, some more water and a coffee. That actually made me feel quite a lot better. I wasn't feeling super motivated this morning, I was feeling a bit down, but hopefully I can build on the momentum. I'm feeling a bit better now and carry on pushing through. But as my friend Lewis, who I travelled here with, said, the good times don't last, nor do the bad times, which I've been reminding myself of during this ride. Woohoo! Ah. It's not all great gravel. Lots of these riverbeds. Dragging your bike through. Big road climb incoming. 20 plus kilometres I think, maybe about 600-700 metres elevation gain. Getting towards the top of this climb now, about an hour and a half so far, maybe another 100 metres of elevation to go up, a few more kilometres to the shop. Good views. Oh, and we're over the top, finally. Not sure if the camera can pick up how dusty and orange my legs are. Desert dirt. Sun's starting to go down on the third night, second full day, so it's time to deploy the Pringles and Coke. So going down, beautiful, beautiful sunset. Oh, those are my days. Thought of the evening is whether to trust my farts or not. I think it's getting more dangerous by the day, living off biscuits and omelette. Currently being followed by a mystery van. Not really sure what they want. Keep coming up to me and asking me questions, but just whether I'm English or French basically. Turns out they just wanted to know what I was up to and to give me a bit of pizza, which was quite kind. Thought I was going to get mugged, but I got pizza. I think that sums up all the people I met so far. They all just want to help you out. Everyone's interested in what you're doing. They wave, they say hello. Children chase you along, trying to give you high fives, get a bit of chocolate off you. Everyone's just really friendly. And that was the travel channel by Tom. It's the morning of the third day. Oh, sun's just starting to come up, heading towards checkpoint 2. Didn't have a super night's sleep. I was laying down for about 5 hours and tried to sleep before, but really struggled. I think I maybe overheated during the day and just couldn't calm down for the night. And it probably didn't help that I got chased by a pack of dogs about 10 kilometres before I went to sleep. Anyway, onwards up this another climb. Really struggling at the moment. I'm nearly at checkpoint 2. It's only about a kilometre or so away. I'll have something to eat. Hopefully feel a bit better. That was checkpoint 2. Had a shower, had a bit of a sleep, had some food. Not feeling totally great, to be honest, but I'm just going to roll on steady and see how the day pans out. But those views can lift your mood just when you need it. It's the money shot. Oh, it's very hot. Not really sure how I'm feeling at the moment. I keep having moments where I'm feeling absolutely horrific and then moments I'm feeling okay. But I'm going to carry on for now. Get down to the bottom somewhere and go to a shop. Off-route resupply was slightly further off-route than I thought, about 20 minutes. But look at this, it's like a little oasis in the middle of nowhere. Hadn't quite anticipated it being this hot. 33 degrees at the moment. I'm in my arm and leg warmers just to keep the sun off. Sort of feeling a bit better than this morning. I'm on a crisp and coke diet. Every hour, some coke and crisps. At the moment, Pringles. This road's still going. I feel like I've been on it for a few hours now. Road's getting even more endless. Non-stop. Straight line, nothing getting closer anytime soon. Might be getting a bit closer. Maybe. The end of the endless road. Whew. I think it now goes up a rather large hill. Now there's a view. Dropping back down to Tagmalut or something. Tagmalut. Get some food and water, and I'm going to find somewhere to go to sleep. Hopefully be down in about 2 hours, I think, down the bottom, and then go to bed. So I didn't really sleep at all last night. Somewhere down there.
Have you ever had Valentine's Day?
Happy Valentine's Day. It's Wednesday, 14th. Not quite sure what day it actually is. I'm about to head off and ride the old colonial road. Bit of a hole in the road. Got to get around it. Got another broken bit in the road marked out by this little pile of stones. So you've got to walk down the cliff. Drag your bike back up the other side. Sun's about to come up in a minute as well, so you might actually get to see this old colonial road. I'll hike up that, down that cliff and up that cliff. Oh, that was a proper workout. Trying to see where we come from now, the light's coming up. About a kilometre from the top now of the old colonial road. It's taken about 2.5 hours to get up here, and some very tough sections, dragging the bike up cliffs where the road's been broken, that kind of thing. But the views have been absolutely amazing. So I wasn't quite at the top, there was still a few more kilometres to go, but I think I'm on the way back down now. It's very bumpy. Yesterday's little cry was brought on by misery, not feeling very good. Today's little cry a minute ago has been brought on by that view. Amazing. Pringles with a view. Now into the greeny gravel section. Greeny gravel. Red gravel, brown gravel, all the colours. Ho ho! Colonial road is done. Stopped in the town after some more omelette, lots of water, and there's about 96, maybe 107 kilometres till the next resupply, and it's pretty hot and it's a bit windy. It's absolutely brutal headwind down this valley. Just gonna keep spinning, keeping it easy, not gonna push too hard. A couple of big climbs coming up. Justinas has probably just won, and I've got another probably 550 kilometres to go, but he probably hasn't spent as much time as I have laying down looking at the stars at night, and probably had significantly less sleep. He's gonna win! The daily ride in a riverbed. Oh. Oh, this is an awful climb. It's less New Forest gravel, more Brighton beach. Oh, it's so hard to just keep rolling smooth. It's bumpy, slips the wheel, and the wheel goes everywhere. Oh, this climb is nuts. Being climbed up a riverbed, rocky, gravelly, concretey, mix of everything, and now it's very steep and it's a bit hike-bikery. Not quite sure how long left it is till the top, maybe another 2k, 200 metres maybe climbing. More or less up that climb. A lovely cooling breeze shooting through the air. Basically just got about one Great British escapade to go, about 500k. Might make it to checkpoint 3 tonight, I'm not sure. If I don't get there, I'll sleep out again somewhere, because I'm actually really enjoying staying outside, making the most of the stars. Oh, hopefully now I might get a bit downhill. Looks promising down there, but with this route, just when you think you're going to be going downhill, you start going uphill again. It's about 9:30, I'm just on my way to checkpoint 3, which is about 25 kilometres away. In 5 kilometres there should be a shop to get some more water. This has been a very long stretch without any resupply. I've still got some, but I do fancy Coca-Cola or something like that. I'm not sure what I'll do after the checkpoint, whether I'll stay there, see what it's like, but I really am enjoying that, as I said before, staying outside looking up at the stars. Well, that was disappointing. The shop was shut, so I think it's about 20k to the checkpoint now. Should have enough water, and I've got some chocolate spread. Just got to finish this climb off. I think we're just about to get to checkpoint 3. We've been in a town. Just has some proper food, lots of chips. I'm going to go and find somewhere to sleep outdoors, probably a couple of kilometres away. So just like looking at those stars, and carry on again tomorrow. Right, it's 6:30 on Thursday, just setting off. Probably a bit later than I should have, ideally, but I've been enjoying laying down too much this morning. About 400 kilometres left to ride. See how much of that I can do today. Ideally have it done then tomorrow, but we'll see how we go. The idea of this being a race now is kind of a bit out the window, and it's more just enjoying the time, because I can't exactly leave any earlier, but at the same time I would like to get back to make my flight. Anyway, catch up in a bit. Just got to remember it's a long day, don't have to go nuts on this first climb. Just keep it nice and steady. There's plenty more of it to come. Everything's feeling a bit sore now, but I'm finally using my second pair of shorts I've been lugging about this whole ride. Another piece of kit, probably should have left at home. But as usual, we've got nice or lovely views to slightly soothe the pain. A bit like Mallorca on steroids, this area. Well, this is better than riding up a riverbed, but you just know a riverbed or something else is hideous. Will undoubtedly be involved somewhere today. Fork lockout stopped working and wouldn't let me turn the suspension on. So giving it a bit of a yank, and now it's permanently on, so I can't lock it out. But I'd rather have the suspension on the bumps. I think my bag might have damaged the cable. Just managed to cover myself in the bike in coke. Just got chased by another dog. It only seems to happen when you're riding uphill. Quick squirt of the water bottle in its face, though, seemed to put it off. Must be time for the daily dried up riverbed. Also back down at 180 metres after being up over 1,000 for the last few days. Wonder if I have any altitude gains for this last bit. Just stopping for an early bit of lunch. Scooby snacks, Pringles, and a bit of bread before I do a rather large climb, I think, that goes up somewhere around there. Oh, got to love a bit of riverbed action. What a great path this bit is. Oh man, this is hard. Oh, just dragging the bike around. Oh, I'm suffering on this ledge. It's like over 30 degrees. This was actually rideable, but some of it's been like that. Just have to drag my bike through. Oh, that was awful. But it might be done. Although there's still quite a way to go uphill. But it's looking a lot smoother. Hopefully. Little turtle. Never seen one before. In the wild. You're the only reason I stopped on this climb to have a look at you, mate. Look at you go. About as fast as me today. Stopped for way longer than I wanted to. It took forever to get my food. Then someone stole it. I think another rider nicked it. So I had to order again. And then some children ran off with my orange juice. So it wasn't the best stop. But there you go. Things happen. I think that's geese. That ain't my omelette. Just done a major restock. 5 litres of water, big bag of dates, cookies, chocolate, full bag. Going to try and ride the sand section tonight, see where I end up. So I wanted to have the supplies to be able to do that. I'm on a bit of a downhill hiker bike now. It's a bit too rocky for me. Into the sandpit. Well, that went well. Landed in a thorn bush. It's quite cool, you can see all the tracks of the other riders who've already come through it, following in their footsteps. I think could be out of the sandpit. It's about an hour and 15 minutes, I think, to get across it. What I found out on this ride is you think it's over, turn a corner, hits you back in the face. So just a little update. After the sand area basically imploded and was feeling absolutely done, and I rode to this petrol station, and there's a great guy called Patrick there who's also doing the race. He was ordering a tagine and chips, so I had myself a tagine and chips and a snooze in a chair, and it sorted me out, but massively sorted me out. And now just sort of rolling along. I'm going to do another maybe 2 hours, take up to perhaps 225 kilometres for the day, and sleep up in the mountain for a bit, and then carry on tomorrow. Hopefully repeat the same, maybe not imploding, and then maybe be done. But this is so hard, but so So amazing. Tonight's luxury lodgings is the Mountainside Retreat Terrace Suite. Luxury terrace turned into a nightmare. A load of dogs turned up. I basically had to abandon everything just in a base layer and slowly managed to retrieve one bit of kit at a time, get it back onto the bike, load it up, or slowly load it up, and thankfully another rider came so he could keep an eye out. Oh, so all my stuff's now just randomly rammed in on the bike. I was literally in bed and I've got to ride back, or carry on going on for a bit, find somewhere else to bed down, which isn't really ideal, is it? I'm going to try this spot here. There's another rider not too far away. Got a bike ready to go if I need to escape. Survived the dog incident last night, managed to get about 3 hours sleep, and now riding up these brutal climbs, which kind of combines the Alps and Wales. They're nice roads, but rather than kind of ribbon round, kind of just go straight up. To go over that in a minute, which apparently like Stelvio Pass. Got chased again by more dogs though. Oh, so the resupply didn't have any food. A couple of biscuits. So I've got 92k now. Got some dates, some chocolate spread, a few bread rolls, a few biscuits, a couple of emergency energy gels, and some Coke, about a litre of Coke. So hopefully that'll be enough to get me to the town where they might have some actual food like pizza and things like that. It must be the Stelvio bit, you can see it zigzagging. Part way up this mountain pass, see the road snaking down there. Still got about another 250 metres of elevation, I think, to go over the top. Oh, at the top of that climb, 1,000 metres of climbing, a little Coke for a reward. Oh, it was savage, but still better than the riverbed. Oh, it's super hot today. Super hot. I think we've got about 30 kilometres to go to get to this surf town. Hopefully definitely get some more water, hopefully some food, maybe a pizza, have a little rest, and then when it's cooled down a bit, ride the last 92 kilometres to the finish. Just loaded the last Garmin file. It's over 100k. Ooh. I think I can smell the sea, which makes a nice change from my stench. It's been following me about since about day one. More dogs. All the dogs. You can see the sea. Just leaving Imasu after having a burger. 92k to go. Fortunately it's into a bit of a headwind, or big headwind. 30 mile an hour headwind, so we'll see if we get there tonight or not. At the top of the last littleish climb, 370 metres from zero, which is quite small in comparison to some of the other stuff today. I think about 49 kilometres left to go. About 10k downhill now. Let's get going. About 40k to go. Just had a quick power nap. Try and give me a little boost. Do it. 10k to go to the finish. Oh, this is the hardest thing I've done. Kilometres are just going past so slow, and it's basically been a headwind for the last 92 kilometres. Proper battle, mentally and physically. Just want to get there, cross that line, lay on the floor. Someone can scoop me up and put me in bed. That'd be even better. Circa 5k, circa 5k, 3k, 3k. Oh. It's you.
Congrats, man. Well done.
It is done. Yesterday I didn't think this moment would ever come, but finally just sat around doing nothing, eating. I've got to pack the bike away in a bit as well because we're flying home tomorrow. So I've got my completed brevet card with all the stamps in. Probably going to take me quite a bit of time to process all the things I saw, but it's been a truly amazing trip and I've learned so much from it about myself, but also how I can improve my bike packing, my setup and my race strategies. Time to give the poor bike a little rest. But it got round, no real issues other than the fork locker not working, no punctures. I expect when I get home, the first ride I do, I'll get about 6. This is probably one of the most painful parts of the whole thing. Trying to get the bike packed away for our flight home tomorrow.